breath I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Good morning and praise the Lord, everybody. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan, Sr., your certified grief coach for 2023. And I want to say good morning. I want to say I'm happy and excited to be here with you today to help you to navigate through your grief journey. This is the day that the Lord has made. He has commanded us to rejoice and to be glad in it. Despite what you're feeling and going through, y'all, we're going to rejoice and give God glory, honor, and praise for this day and for this opportunity to continue to go and to grow and to navigate through our grief. So I want to welcome you into this place. I want to welcome you into this space. I want to thank you for joining us on today. This is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help us to navigate through our grief. How? One day at a time. You got it, y'all. We got to know and remember that grief is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. That's why we say good morning, because mourning is a great thing. We don't suppress it, we express it. That's why we say good morning, because mourning is a good thing. And I want to thank you for joining us. And I want to thank you for being here today. And I want to thank you for being brave enough to show up so that you can continue to navigate and mourn meaningfully through your grief journey. So welcome, y'all. Come on in this room. Come on in this place. Tag somebody. Let them know it's about to go down, that we out here. Amen. We out here and we about to get empowered. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so very much for doing so. Thank you so very much for doing so. We're gathering together 365 days. 365 days we're getting together for a brief devotional. I only hold y'all about 10, 15 minutes. A grief devotional, a brief grief devotional, something that will empower you and impact you, something that you'll have the opportunity to chew on, to internalize, to help you to take with you as you navigate through your grief journey. So we want to say welcome. We want to tell you to come on in this place. We want to say good morning to each and every one of you. And we are thankful for all of you who are here on today. Amen. Let's get into it, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today is day 70. We're going to talk about a newfound strength. Day 70, a newfound strength. Our grief quote today comes from David Rico, which says, "A wound does not destroy us. It activates our self-healing powers. The point is not to put it behind you, but to keep benefiting from the strength it has awakened." Whoa, that's good right there. A wound does not destroy us. My brothers and sisters, I know you've been wounded. I know you feel like this is the end. I know you feel like you cannot go on, but what you have to know is a wound does not destroy you. This wound that you have incurred, this wound that you have, this wound that this grief or this loss, this change, this transition has left in your life, what I need you to know and understand and recognize and realize and never ever minimize is that this wound is not going to destroy you. Check this out. This is what it does. It activates our self-healing powers. The point is not to put it behind you. Anybody that tells you to put it behind you, they're a liar and the truth is not in you. They're not your friend. I ain't gonna say they're not your friend, but they're not your friend. Anybody that tells you that put it behind you, that's in the past. Move on. Put it behind you. You should be over it by now. Anybody that tells you that, they are ignorant, right? Ignorant means absence of knowledge. That they don't have the proper knowledge to even speak to you in this season of grief. Because this is not something that you put behind you. This is something that you navigate through, right? And this is why this is important. The point is not to put it behind you, but to keep benefiting from the strength that it has awakened. You are going to benefit from this wound has awakened a strength that you are unaware of. And I know you don't feel it now. And I know you don't see it now. And I know you may not sense it now, but there's a strength that's been activated. There's a strength that's been awakened. And this wound is going to enable you. You don't put this behind you, but you allow it to benefit you. You allow it to serve you as it has awakened something up on the inside of you. Come on, let's get to it. Oh, ooh, excuse me. Ooh, sneeze. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, bless me. Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is. Early in our grief, we feel like our loss might destroy us. Can I get a witness there? Early in our grief, we feel as if our loss might destroy us. Y'all, the pain is so intense, it's so unbearable, it's so hard, it's so rough, it's so tough. We feel like this thing is going to take me out, right? It is so bad and it hurts so bad. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. We feel like this thing is going to destroy us. It's like it hits us from every side. It feels like a pain that you cannot escape. It feels like your head is hurting and your body is hurting and your thoughts and anxiety and depression and all of this. I told you before, depression is where thoughts of the past is. Anxiety is where thoughts of the future are. And when it comes to grief, we really have both. We have both. We're depressed. Sometimes we get depressed because it's thoughts of the past. Sometimes we have anxiety because we begin to wrestle with the question of how do I move on with my life without you in my life? So we have a combination of both depression and anxiety, and all of this wrapped up in the pain of the predicament. It can be so grievous that we feel as if it's going to destroy us. Initially, it feels like we can't get relief. There's no relief. If I think about the past, but you're no longer there, oh, I can't get relief. So if I think about the future, but I'm wrestling with how do I go on with my life without you in my life, oh, that can be painful. If I think about the present, right? I'm in so much pain. It feels like I cannot get any relief. And don't let it be the first year or, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to go through all of so everything is a reminder. Seasons are a reminder because now your mind begins to reflect back on the experiences you had with this individual in the different seasons. So spring brings back reminders. Summer brings back reminders. Fall brings back reminders. Winter, holidays, birthdays, all of these things. And we feel as if, oh, this is going to destroy me. This is going to destroy me. Early in our grief, it feels like our loss might destroy us. But as we learn to trust in the healing powers of active mourning, my brothers and sisters, your mourning must be active. Oh, you got to engage in actively mourning your loved one. That's why we say we don't suppress it, but we express it. That's why we say good morning, because mourning is a good thing. Remember, grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Yeah, look, this thing is so deep in my spirit. I was in the store yesterday and the cashier, I said, hey, good afternoon. She said, good afternoon. I said, how you doing today? She said, oh, it's not a good day. I said, please reveal what you feel. She said, oh, it's not a good day. I said, ma'am, please reveal what you feel. It's like instantly, I want to give you an opportunity. You're grieving something. There's a loss, there's a change, there's a transition, there's something you grappling with. And please reveal what you feel, right? And she started laughing and she started to talk about what she was feeling. Now, I don't know if she prayed. I don't know if she's a Christian. I don't know if she went home and talked to her children or her spouse or her mother or father. I have no idea. But you know what? I provided space. I held space, provided a safe place, even for those 20, 30 seconds for her to have an opportunity. Here it is to actively mourn, right? To actively mourn. I paused for the cause. I stopped what I was doing. Please reveal what you feel. I tuned in, I listened, I looked right at her, smiled, gave her an opportunity to say, yo, I care enough to hold space for you for this moment. I don't even know you, but I care enough to provide an opportunity for you to actively mourn whatever it is you're feeling, whatever it is you're going through. Because grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside, right? So you got to actively mourn. You just can't keep it bottled up. You just can't keep it bottled up, baby. I'm going to need you to open up the lid. I'm going to need you to pour. I ain't going to pour it out on. I'm going to need you to pour it out because you just can't keep that thing bottled up. You got to let it out. So I love it. Go back to the quote. Here it is. Early in our grief, it feels like our loss might destroy us, but as we learn to trust in the healing powers of active mourning, we realize that not only can we survive, but we can go on to thrive. I don't know who I'm talking to, but let me let you know something. Let me let you know something. You will get to the place where you will not just survive, but you will get to the place where you will thrive. I know you can't see it. I know you don't feel it. I know you can't detect it. I know it seems impossible. I know you like, I don't know about that. I do. You can get to the place where you're not just surviving, but you'll get to the place where you are thriving. Because like I told you, there is life after death. And I'm not talking about on the other side. I'm not just talking about on the other side. I'm talking about on this side. I know your loved one is gone. I know you can't picture it, but there's still more chapters in the book of your life. There's still more miles in the journey of your life. There's still more days in the existence of your life, right? And you will get back to the place. My prayer is that God will breathe into you the ruach, right? The breath of God that will help you both. Think about it. That God will breathe into you. When you feel like you're about to die, you get that CPR. You get that CPR. People breathe into you. That you get the CPR so you can survive, right? But also ultimately so that you can keep on living and that you can thrive. You will thrive again. You will thrive again. Here it is. Early in our grief, it feels like I lost my destroyers, but we learn to trust in the healing powers of active mourning. We realize that not only can we survive, but we can go on to thrive, baby. It takes courage and strength to mourn openly, honestly, and fully. You hear me? It takes courage and strength to mourn openly, honestly, and fully. How you're going to mourn? Openly, honestly, and fully. It takes courage and strength to mourn openly, honestly, and fully. How are you going to mourn? You're going to mourn openly, right? You're going to mourn honestly. You're going to mourn fully. Come on, I hope y'all writing this down. Y'all better come get one of these. How am I going to mourn? Openly. I'm not going to suppress it. I'm going to address it. I'm going to express it. I'm going to mourn openly. Come on, we talked about this a few weeks ago. I got me a coach, I got me a counselor, I got me a therapist, I got me a pastor, I got me a grief buddy, I got somebody. I'm gonna go over to the Good Morning Grief devotion to a Facebook group. I joined the group. I done made connections. I'm gonna inbox homegirl. I'm gonna inbox homeboy, and I'm gonna get an opportunity for us to connect so I can mourn openly. And then when I mourn openly, I'm going to mourn honestly, right? I'm not going to lie. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest about how I feel. I'm going to be honest about what's going on. I'm not going to suppress it. I'm going to be honest, right? You shall know the truth. The truth shall set you free. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cut no corners. I'm not going to take no shortcuts. I'm going to give you the real deal, holy feel of how I feel, right? Because I have permission to feel what I feel. If I'm angry, I'm gonna express it. If I'm ticked off, I'm gonna express it. If I'm depressed, I'm gonna express it. If I'm in denial, I'm gonna express it. If whatever, I'm gonna be honest. If I'm mad at God, I'm gonna express it. If I'm mad, if I'm upset, I'm gonna express it. If I'm having suicidal ideations, if whether they're passing, right? If they're passing, or if I'm writing a plan, I'm going to express it because in my mourning, I want to be honest, right? You got to be honest. If you go to the doctor and your shoulder hurt, but you tell the doctor your knee hurt, and they observing your need, you're not gonna get the help that you need because you're not being honest. We can't pinpoint the problem. We can't deal with the real issue if you got us misdiagnosing stuff. So being honest, I won't have the opportunity to mourn meaningfully if I'm lying to myself and lying to other people. So I'm gonna be honest. How am I gonna mourn? I'm gonna mourn openly. I'm gonna mourn openly. If I'm in a grocery store and I walk by the sweet potato pie, and it reminds me of Big Mama, I ain't gonna run out the store. No, I'm a pause for the cause. I'm gonna give myself permission to feel. I'm gonna have my moment. Come on, because I'm gonna mourn openly. If I'm in church, I'm gonna mourn openly. I have permission. Pastor Duncan gave me permission to mourn openly and to jail with everybody that tells you not to. I want to say the other word, but I'm gonna say to jail. To jail with everybody that tells you to suppress it and don't address it and hold it in, right? I'm gonna mourn openly. I'm gonna mourn honestly. I'm going to mourn fully. Come on, somebody. I'm gonna mourn fully. I ain't holding nothing back. I loved hard and fully. I'm going to mourn hard and fully because that's how I heal. That's how that's how I navigate through this thing. That's how I mourn meaningfully. If you want to mourn meaningfully, then mourn openly, mourn honestly, and mourn fully. Here it is. It takes courage and strength to mourn openly, honestly, and fully. But once we unleash that strength, baby, watch out. Watch out there now. We are a force to be reckoned with. We no longer tolerate pettiness or meanness. We know what matters, and by God, we're not going to put up with any more nonsense. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. If y'all don't know me, y'all got to get to know me. I will break out a song in a minute. We're not gonna take it anymore, y'all. This is what you got to know and understand. Y'all, we no longer tolerate pettiness or meanness. We know what matters, and by God, we're not going to put up with any more nonsense. We are not putting our loss behind us. You hear me? We are not putting our loss behind us. We are not putting our loss behind us. This is what I need you to know. As the Japanese author Kenji Miyazawa said, we are going to burn it as fuel for our journey forward. Woo! We are going to burn it as fuel for our journey forward. Do y'all hear me? We are going to burn it as fuel for our journey forward. We don't put it behind us. I told you when my father died, and I said, yo, hey, I'm not going to sit at home on Father's Day and cry my eyes out. I'm going to throw a conference for young men, and I'm going to pour my heart out. And over 200 young men showed up. Why? I didn't put the loss behind me, but I burned it as fuel for the journey before me. I was looking on Instagram yesterday and I seen this young lady. She said her mother died 16 years ago. And right after her mother died, she had a conference for women. She had a conference for women. She put this conference on for women. and she didn't put the loss behind her, but she used it as fuel for the journey ahead of her. People always ask me, man, how did you start motivational speaking and all of this stuff? You rapping and you going into schools and colleges and universities and all of this stuff. You know how? Because my sister died. And when my sister died, it was so tragic. It was so tragic. We ended up going to the Montel Williams show back then. Y'all remember Montel Williams? We went to the Montel Williams show in New York twice. And we got to tell the story. And while I'm sitting there in the green room, my mindset is like, man, how can I keep my sister's legacy alive? She was an educator. I said, wait a minute. Montel Williams used to be a motivational speaker. He came to my school, right? When I was in 8th grade. Mountain, move out of my way. I said, you know what? There it is. That's what I can do. I am going to be a motivational speaker to talk about the importance of education, since that's what my sister did. I didn't put her loss behind me, but I used it as fuel for the journey before me. And I'm trying to tell you today, you don't put the loss behind you. You use it as fuel for the journey forward, for the journey that is ahead of you. Oh, listen, here's your last thought. I am stronger now than I was before. May I find ways to benefit from my newfound strength and to help others benefit as well. I am stronger now than I was before. May I find ways to benefit from my newfound strength and to help others benefit as well. Day 70, baby. A newfound strength. Come on, y'all. Hope you was blessed today. Passionate. Oh, I'm so super duper passionate about this one. Hope you was blessed today. Come on. Questions, comments. Questions, comments. I got a couple of minutes. Questions, comments that you want to share. Questions, comments. Questions, comments. Questions, comments that you want to share. Questions, comments. I tried so long not to mourn, I thought I would lose my mind and never get it back together. It's so deep of an emotion. It is. It is. It's necessary. Grieving will free you if you let it go. Melody Crabtree, let me tell you something. You done told me about this song that I can't stop listening to, and I started listening to his other music. This man is jamming. I ain't heard of this man before. I don't know why not. But I've been listening to his music, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So thank you for putting us on to that. Absolutely amazing. I'm like, wow, this is some good stuff. Mourning will free you if you let it. Yes. I will mourn openly, honestly, and fully. Yes. Thank you, Ruth Roseby, for not leaving me out there. Sing that song with me. That's right. That's right, Jashina. We're not putting this loss behind. The devil is a liar. Tiffany Cook, you always laughing at me. You always laughing at me. She said, that is enough, but I appreciate the laughter. Look, the one thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing my song. Will you let me sing my song? I believe a person that has really learned what matters most in life lives their life openly, honestly, and fully. That can be a segue for mourning the same way. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'll share more too. I'm going to go into detail. This is good when someone asks how you doing, be honest. This is a whole sermon about this. Come on, dialysis chair. Who is this in the Oh, is that Chrissy? Is that Chrissy? Is that Chrissy? He's coming up as Facebook user. This was good today. To God be the glory. Hey, Miss Diana Taylor. The Lord put me here because I needed to hear this. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you caught it. I'm so glad you are here. I'm so glad you are here. This is awesome. Thank you. We're here every single day at 8 o'clock. Every single day at 8 a.m. We're here giving a grief devotional. Leon Timbo, that's right. It's Leon Timbo. Yes, and he got a song with what's that man's name? Nelson. Not Jonathan Nelson, but the other Nelson. He got a song with him that's absolutely amazing. I was like, wow, I'm so glad she put me on. Gisette. Hey, Gisette, thank you for joining us. Yeah. I figured when you said dialysis chair, I don't know why it comes up as Facebook user, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad trouble don't last always. Jason Nelson, that's his name. I knew it. One of the Nelson boys. Yeah, Jason Nelson and Leon Timbo. That song, I was listening to it in Meyer yesterday. I said, my God. Oh, it was the bomb. It was the bomb. Come on, y'all. I hope you got it. I hope you was blessed. Take this lesson, zip it, lock it, put it in your pocket. Let it continue to be a blessing to each and every one of you. I hope you have a sensational Saturday. Go back and replay this. Share it with somebody who you know can benefit from it. It's so very important. Let's continue to mourn together in a meaningful way. Let's continue. Go over to the village. If you're not in the village, get in the village. Our Facebook Good Morning Grief group. Make sure you join our Facebook Good Morning Grief group. We want you to be in there so that we can continue to move forward and to navigate and to mourn meaningfully. We got some good stuff coming up, y'all. Some real good stuff coming up that I can't wait to share with you. But look, I hope you have a sensational Saturday. Continue to mourn meaningfully. I love you with the love of the Lord. Come on, we out.
Good morning. Good morning.